I really got to stop starting my lives and starting these podcast sessions, opening up a bottle of water. But here we go. Oh, comment section, podcast, episode 2. Date is, I wish I knew the date. I think today is the 17th of February. Correct me if I am wrong. But these days are just flying by to me. Comment section, podcast, episode 2. Title is Unpopular Opinions. What's good, people? I have a list of topics. This episode is going to be a solo episode for me. It's just going to be me in here. So I'm just about to get started with the topics. I'm gonna first plug in. Shout out to Dave Boogie for popping out for the last episode. I'm gonna be playing some of your tunes in the background just so it's not just me talking the entire time. So I'm gonna set that up in a little bit, and then we're gonna get into this podcast. So, excuse me, gotta rub the genie over here real quick. Boom. Hold on. There we go. All right, so let's do this. Let's start it off right. Unpopular opinions is the subject, and on my notepad I have 11 topics listed. I'm actually getting into it. And normally I would do this unscripted, so I don't have like a bunch of words written out for the exact topics that I'm gonna be hitting today, but I just have the ideas. I'll talk about them for a little bit. We'll host this episode for about an hour or so the clock is ticking. So shout out for the people that are joining. I'm just going to start by bumping these tunes, and let's get into it. You dump that down a little bit. All right. I don't have an intro, so I just do a weird thing where I shout out Nigeria, shout out New York, shout out the Bronx, shout out PS111. Shout out OLPH, shout out Hume2 family, shout out Chicago, shout out Echo Company 354. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, sorry. Hello, Justin. Nice to meet you. It's nice seeing you again. Hope everything is in good health. You and your fiance or wife at this moment. Hopefully she is your wife by now, but it's been a while since we talked, so I'm about to start off this podcast. Let's get it. Unpopular opinions I've been told to do. Number 1, dating. Unpopular opinion about dating. I think this is kind of popular. Dating sucks in our generation. I'm 22 years of age. I would say that the majority of the people that I run into, or the women that I encounter in my life, we don't really click. We don't really mesh. We don't really bang. We have a bunch of differences. There's a mutual distrust with people who try to date in our generation. We're either expecting way too much of people in our age, or we're expecting way too little. What I mean by that is that, if you get on social media, they're going to tell you that, if he ain't, so you having 6 figures, 20-inch penis, if he doesn't drive a Maserati or a Benz, if he's not, God-fearing drug dealer with 18 tats, then he's not it, ladies. And on the other hand, as men, we'll hear, she's not light-skinned, tatted, ass fat, and, she not worth a damn. And honestly, we need to start creating our own perceptions of love and our own boundaries and our own goals that we can equally match with when it comes to dating. And don't get dating confused with relationships, because relationships is my next topic. When it comes to dating, we actually have to understand that this is the time to gauge the person. You actually want to understand, is this the person you want to spend some time with? Is this the person that you want to be serious with? Is this the person you want to be exclusive with? Dating is not just like, oh, hey, we went out on a couple dates, yada, 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 and that was it. I asked him about he asked me about my favorite colors, and yada. That's not dating. You should really be picking that person's brain. You should be trying to understand exactly how they think. Dating isn't just so much reserved to, we go out, we eat, we have a nice conversation, and that's that. No, dating, you should be sitting, taking your time to pick this person's brain, understand, is this person you want to be with? Is this person you want to spend your life with? Like, where are they at financially, mentally, spiritually? You have to check all the boxes, because that's what it needs. Like, if you miss out on checking one of those boxes, like let's say he's financially secure, ladies, but he's not spiritually or mentally secure, then you're going to have a nice expensive headache. Now, let's say men, like let's say she is spiritually secure, but she's not mentally stable and she's not financially set. Then it's going to be hurting your pockets trying to take care of her and figuring out what's on her mind. You have to make sure these people that you try to date or getting or sharing any type of contact or amusement with or affection, you have to understand that the dating process is for you to be exchanging ideas, learning the person. Make sure you're actually learning the person. Don't learn how they lay in bed. Don't learn how they put it on or whatever they do. Sure, sexual compatibility is important to an extent, but it's not all, and it's not what's going to keep somebody in a relationship. Like, good pussy, good dick, it's not going to keep them in a relationship. You have to do more than that. You have to invest more than that, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why a lot of people have a lot of problems when it comes to dating in this society, because we're shallow. We don't really look at what really matters or what's really supposed to matter. And we don't really have that many great of examples. Like, when was the last time you really saw like an example of good black love that's personally in your life? Not a social media couple, not an Instagram, YouTube couple. I'm talking about personally in your life. Like, take a second in time just to realize what you want in a relationship, what you want in a person, and then we get to the next topic, which is relationships. Give me 1 second. I tried to start this episode without drinking a bottle of water, but I found myself that I'm going to do it at least once, maybe 4 times an episode. So just watch me drink this. All right. Hey, that was topic number 1, which was dating. The second topic that I was told to talk about is relationships. And this ties in and goes hand in hand. From the same thing I wrote down, I personally don't believe in breaks or cheating. And communication is key. What I mean by that is, like, if you are dating or you are in a relationship with somebody, what is the point of being in a break? That means you're taking a break from the opposite person. You're taking a break from a significant other. My unpopular opinion, I don't agree with that, because that means that your relationship is fragile and it's open to invasion. If you are literally taking a break from somebody that you want to spend the rest of the remainder of your life with, because at this day and age, we are in our 20s. Some of us are in our late 20s. Some of us are in our early 30s. The 90s babies, we're getting older. All right. Stop dating for fun. It's not cute. It's not charming. It's not fun. You don't get a lot of hoes. You don't get a lot of niggas. Like, stop it. You start dating for some marriage. Start dating with some purpose. Start getting into relationships with some purpose. Like, if you're at this point where you're just dating and you're with somebody and you're just with them like it's a seasonal affair, like it's like a bag that you want to change in the fall, get a new bag in the spring. Like, no, grow up, mature up. Like, you're at this point when you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're looking for somebody you want to start a family with if you are family oriented. If you don't want kids, if you don't want to do anything like that, and you just want a significant other you could travel the world with and you can invest time and have fun with, then you're looking for the long term. If you are not looking to be with people for the long term, here's a clue. Stop getting in relationships. You're pissing people off. You're breaking hearts for no apparent reason. You can still happily be hoeing, treating, playing your game in the dating aspect. That's why it's a different topic between dating and relationships, because when you're in a relationship, you're submitting commitment. You're submitting sexual exclusivity. Like, these are things that are important matters. You're meeting families. You're mixing relationships together. So that's why it kind of hurts some people when you get into a relationship and it doesn't really play out, because they got to go back to their grandmas, their moms, their dads, and they got to go talk to them and explain why this person isn't going to come into the next Thanksgiving dinner. Like, you got to understand, relationships in our age are a serious thing now. We're not in middle school. We're not in high school. We're not dating just to, we're not in a relationship just because it's the status quo or just because we look cute together. We're dating for the long run, and we have to grow up and understand that we're not getting any younger. This life is a gift. It's a present, and we're supposed to share it with other people. We're human beings. We're meant to mingle. We're meant to create relationships with other human beings. It's what makes us feel good inside. No matter if you're introvert, extrovert, whatever you're doing. Introverts might want another introvert just to be around them. An extrovert might want an introvert just to reel them back in, or an introvert might want an extrovert to go outside with, or there's 2 extroverts and they're just going out wild. Like Justin says, I agree. If you are breaking, you're breaking it off. All right. I put it this way to my fiance when she was my girlfriend, that I am too old to play the field. I want to plant a garden and build a house. That is exactly what it is. Like, we're getting too old. Like, I'm tired of the what's your favorite color stage in life right now. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of trying to get to know new people. Like, I'm at a point where it's just like, I feel like I don't got the juice, got the sauce to be out here dating, entertaining multiple people. It's like, if I'm investing in you, I'm investing in you, and I really want this to actually produce some fruit. I want to build my garden. Like, call it old school, but I guess we sometimes need that old school kind of love. We need that old school feeling. We need that old school morals when it comes to love, where it's just like, hey, you and me against the world. We're going to start a family, going to make some beautiful us's, and we just going to live it out. Feel me? And let's start taking relationships a little bit more seriously. Let's be faithful. Let's be committed. Let's communicate. And we are done with these breaks, because if we're breaking, then we're not that serious to begin with. There's nothing in a relationship. If you're really serious about that person, you're not going to let them back in the market. Like, how many times do we get on this app and we see, like, you know, that random couple that's always beefing at least once a month? They probably did it over Valentine's Day. Girls all up in arms. Guys just like, yo, I don't trust bitches, this, that, and the third. And then they just get into a whole back and forth. We're like, bro, that's childish. Justin said I couldn't have put it better with better phrasing. Anyway, I will shut up. Nah, just go on. This is why I have it on live, so I can actually take live feedback while I'm making this podcast episode. Yo, Keza, shout out Hugh. Complete facts, bro. Not everyone want to be messing with mad people. Just need a lifelong partner who sees the vision. Exactly. And the problem with being in relationships nowadays, or trying to date people in this day and age, is it's hard finding somebody on the same wavelength. So I say that you might want to take that personal time. If you find it hard or difficult to, get somebody on your side or get somebody underneath your wing or whatever, take that time to invest in yourself. And what I mean by that is it makes you more flexible. It gives you the ability to understand and know what you want, know what you need, understand your own love language, and understand how to deal with other people. And it makes you flexible enough where you can tune yourself to another person's wavelength that's comfortable with your own, or it's similar and it's in the same range as your own. So you guys can actually be in sync and in tune and understand the vision, the greater purpose of being together and, building something strong and long lasting. All right, the next topic we got God. And I should have put this at number one, but I didn't want to come up here and just, make it seem like I'm preaching to people. It's 2021, people. I'm not going to push religion down people's throats. I'm not going to push, going to church down people's throats. You do what's going to make you happy. You do what's going to bring you happiness. You do what's going to put you in a positive place mentally and spiritually. Some people like church. It gives them fellowship. Some people like, just being on their own and just talking to God. It gives them a sense of closure and a personal relationship to a higher being and purpose. But one thing I find it hard to believe, my unpopular opinion, there's definitely something after this life. Like, this life is filled with too much bullshit, too much craziness, too much madness, and it's too short just to be like, this is it. And if you really believe that this is it, take a moment in yourself and just imagine, like, okay, I'm an atheist and I believe that there's nothing after this life. That's it. Okay. Take a second in time and try to imagine nothing. Like, try to imagine nothing. It's physically and it's humanly impossible to imagine nothing. Even as you try to imagine nothing, you're imagining something, which is darkness, which is something. Like, so there's no such thing as nothing in a plane where we exist. That's what I'm trying to say. So, and look at the fact that we are on this planet. We are located in the Goldilocks area between the space between the sun and other planets. We are actually the only planet in our solar system that actually has life and has produced life and has running water and oceans and seas and lakes and stuff like that, and oxygen to breathe. And the atmosphere is pretty decent. I'm breathing in my room right now. Like, this is all to say that all of this could be made by a divine creation. Like, everything is too perfect for us right now. Everything is too beautifully set up. Everything is too as it should be. And it's like, when we look at the smallest organisms to the largest organisms in the ecosystem, they all work in unison. They all work in some type of synergy. Like, we grew up watching, like, The Circle of Life. We watched Lion King, but it taught us an important lesson. Like, everything under the sun works in some way to another, and it's connected in some way to another. So we have to understand that, being older, being more mature now, if you choose to believe that there's nothing out there, if you choose to believe that there is nothing beyond this life, then you are selling yourself short, because this life ain't all that. And I believe that, there's something after this. There's something that we can look forward to after this. And whether if you believe in God, the Most High, Allah is still the Most High, still God. That's part of the Abrahamic religions. If you believe in, the practices of Buddha, if you believe in whatever you want to believe in. You might have some deities that you believe in. If you're into Norse mythology, I met a guy that was into Norse mythology. He made runes and stuff like that. Believe in something, and believing in something is never a bad thing. That it's never like, okay, I believe in something that's just gonna cause death and destruction, and I just want to kill people. That's not a belief system. Please stop it. Like, believe in something that's gonna provide peace. Believe in something that's gonna, let's say, the other people over there, you ought to love them. You have to take care of them. You have to treat them as your own. Because if everybody believes in something that's similar to that message, then this world can be a better place. We can treat each other better. We can get along better. We can solve our problems a little bit better. So me personally, it's the Most High. It's God for me. Feel me? That's the number one. But I'm not gonna push anything down your throats. Believe what you want to believe. But that's my honest opinion. Let's stop playing with God. Let's start putting Him first. Let's start adding a little bit more prayer to our lives and stuff like that. Maybe we get a little bit better. Maybe we survive this whole pandemic and this whole COVID thing and actually, thrive and flourish through it all. Next question. Next topic. Real men / real niggas. All right. So what people mean by a real man? Unpopular opinion. I really find it hard to believe that a real man is, this street go-getter, hustler, I believe a real man is a man that takes care of his responsibilities. Whatever he puts on this earth, whatever he has his hands on in this earth, he makes sure it thrives and it flourishes and it is in a better state than what he began with. And what I mean by that, a real man fathers his kids. A real man steps up and takes care A real man steps up and is in his children's lives. A real man steps up and pays the child support. A real man steps up and treats women with respect, with some sense of dignity. A real man does not put his hands on a female. Like, a real man is all the things that you want in the best quality of a father that you might look up to, a grandfather that you might look up to, an uncle that you might look up to. That's a real man. Feel me? And we need to get up this idea of real man, real niggas. Like, real niggas is out here in the streets. Real niggas is out here trapping out there. No, real niggas is the mailman. Real niggas is the father that's taking care of 3 kids. Real niggas is the doctor, is the lawyer. Let's get rid of the idea that you got to be a violent, hooligan that's just gonna just be a detriment or a menace to society to be a real nigga. A real nigga, just like J. Cole, is somebody that just is there, is solid, is faithful, takes care of his people, takes care of his children, takes care of his woman, takes care of his mother. That your job as a man is to take care of, to be the protector of. That is your role. That is what I classify as a real man. If you are anything below that, then you need to be working to get to that point where you are a real man, a real nigga, whatever you want to justify or gratify yourself as, because we are getting too old to be out here messing around in the streets, sending people to funerals, sending people to the grave, and then getting on, TV, like raps or whatever, and just talking about, I'm a real nigga because I did this, that, and the third. You're not. You're a clown. You're a fool. Let's start doing better. We can do better. And you're definitely not a real man if you put your hands on women in any type of way. I don't care what you do. I got a story back in the day when I was in high school. Hold on. Justin says priorities and responsibilities are non-negotiable. You have them, and you have to see them through. I.e., get a girl pregnant and own that you are a father and be a father. I probably butchered reading that, but I think I get the point. That's a fact. If you get a girl pregnant, you got to step up. It's 2021. We can't be, if we want to break the cycle, especially in our communities, of fatherless children, of children getting straight into the pipeline from being in schools to prison, or the prison to whatever pipeline. We got to start taking accountability and fathering and mentoring and shaping our next generation to be positive and great role model, great individuals by our leadership and by positive role models that we leave for them. We have to do better. And it starts with us, and it starts with how we invest in ourselves and how we take that investment and we build the next generation. And you're not going to be a real man if you out here just dipping off on your kids. I don't care if you didn't really like her. You should have never been messing with her. And if she told you that you were a father, then man up. Do what you got to do. Now you got a reason to hustle harder, to work harder, to be better, because you got a little you out here that's out here looking up to you. So real talk, that's some real stuff. I got a story back in the day, because I was talking about the topic of never putting your hands on a woman. I was in high school. It was like second period. I was in Miss Van Buren's class. If all the Sioux people understand what I mean. I'm not gonna drop any more names than that because I was cutting ass, and I'm a jokester. I was a class clown, but I'm pretty smart as well. And apparently I pushed a few buttons, and this girl got up. It was all up in my face, and then proceeded to slap me about, I shit you not, 12 times. Direct slaps to the face. Like I'm just getting slapped like it's a cartoon. Like slap, 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 slap. After the last slap, the whole class is quiet, feel me? And I'm just sitting here looking at her. And I can see like a little bit of the fear of God is in her eyes, because it's like, oh, I really started something with a dude that could probably put his hands on me. But my mother raised me better. My grandmother raised me better. My godmother, rest in peace, raised me better. I was raised by women. I was raised by strong black women. And I had the encounter of understanding that as a man, you were never to put your hands on a woman, no matter the situation. Now, did I deserve those slaps? Maybe 1 or 2. I'm not going to hold you. Words can hurt. Did I deserve 12? Maybe not. But I got my ass up and I left. I left the room. Because that's what you are to do as a man. I know it seems hard, like, oh, man, a lady puts your hands on you. I know people out here talking about their hands is bisexual, talking about they'll put hands on a female. I got my best friend, I'm not going to say his names. He tell me all the time, like, yo, my hands is bisexual. I tell him that's messed up, but I've yet to see him put his hands on a woman because I think he has the same respect for women that I carry. So, you know what? That's just my little story. I walked out into the hallway. I took that L. I'm not going to put my hands on a woman, and I maintain that integrity. I got to practice what I preach. If I'm out here talking about I respect black women, I respect women, and I'm not going to put my hands on them given the situation. And even though you could argue it was justified, feel me? But that's just an example. All right, number 5, real women. All right, what do I mean by real women, or an unpopular opinion about what it is to be a real woman? I'm a man. This can be completely off. It's completely hit or miss. Like, this comment section podcast is anything you can find in the comments, so it's completely opinion based, but I probably have some facts into it. A real woman is a lady that understands that walks with integrity, that walks with some sense of respect, that knows how to have fun, that knows how to condone herself, that isn't out for the streets. I'm gonna be honest, like, let's be real. I'm all about, women doing whatever women do, and this is probably me being in women's business, but it's my business right now because it's my podcast, so I'm gonna say what I want. Let's be real. We, like men, we don't want a girl that's for the streets. Feel me? That's not a girl we bringing home to mom. That's not a girl we proposing to. Like, we ain't doing that, son. So as a woman, if you really want that, attraction, if you really want that happy ending, you gotta act and move accordingly. I say this all the time. We can't be talking about each other like we're kings and queens, and we don't know the role of royalty. Like, if I call myself a king, I understand that, I look at everything like, this is my kingdom. How am I supposed to move on and make a trade, make interactions with other kingdoms, with other kings, with all the other royalty? If I am a king courting a queen, I don't be like, hey, yo, bitch, come over here. I be like, I talk to her with respect. And if you are a queen, you are courting other individuals. You are courting other members of royalty, other kings, with respect. You are carrying yourself with a certain level of respect. You can't call yourself a queen and then be out here wilding, hovering about. Feel me? Like, I understand. Hey, you like to have fun. You might like to twerk. You might like to go out, do a thing. But if you make it your job and your business to be throwing ass on this app for free every day, and you calling yourself a queen, I can't respect it. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, if I ain't see Queen Cleopatra do that. I ain't see none of that. Feel me? I don't see the Queen of England doing that, even though that's the colonizers, that's whatever that is. Feel me? But understand, if you are a queen, then you have to understand the role of royalty, which is moving with respect, moving with some regality, moving with some reverence, moving with just like that intimidation factor of just like, yeah, I'm worth something. Bring me something better. Don't come up to me on some, yo, mom trying to take you out, yo, bend you over. Nah, you talk to me with respect, because if you are the queen that you say you are, being a real woman, that's the respect, that's the authority, that's what you demand, because that's your presence. That's something that you easily earned. It's not up for debate. Nobody's talking about you out the left of their mouth because they recognize you as a queen. If we want to use celebrities and we want to use other people, we don't see people, talking down about Megan Good. We don't see people talking down about Beyonce, because why? We can actually say those people will move around and they act as queens as they should be. And you know what? You might want to pick out your role models a little bit better. I'm not saying people like, Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not saying people like, Cardi B ain't queens or whatever, because you do what you got to do. But you notice how the music that they portray and the things that they actually do in their day-to-day lives, completely different. So if you are a real woman, you take care of your responsibilities just the same. You understand your role. You understand that you are independent. You are boss material, period. You handle your business. You take care of your kids. Like, at the end of the day, men and women, take care of your damn kids, bro. I should not be coming on this app and seeing, single mothers out here talking about, yo, who's trying to stay out with me? Who trying to go out to drink? Like, take care of your kid. Like, your kid's trying to stay up. He ain't sleeping 2 nights. Like, do something. Let's just be better. Like, I think that's the end of my real woman comment. This is me getting the fuck out of black woman's business, because it's not my business to be in there. I don't want the hate mail, but I think I said my piece. Just, hey, if you're a queen, if you're a king, walk with respect, walk with walk with some level of reverence. You're royalty. Act like it. Maybe you might want to search up a few movies of how royalty looks. And go watch Black Panther if you need an example of black royalty. You ain't see them do a few things. Like, just saying, you are royalty. If you are kings and queens, move and act like it. Treat each other, talk to each other, converse with one another like you are royalty, and represent that to the fullest. All right, next topic for unpopular opinions. I'm at 6 already. I might have to drag this on a little bit longer. I'm not gonna hold you. 6 is other beings. Like, somebody asked me, put it in the comments, like, yo, unpopular opinion about other beings, other life forms or aliens in the respect. And to me, I think I have a few theories on that. One, we're alone, and that sucks, because that's just an unpopular opinion. We're just alone, and there's nothing out here for us. It's a vast, grand universe, and we're the only ones here. All right, that opinion really doesn't really matter. That's not really my personal opinion, but that's the opinion that we've been led to believe, because we have no real proof of alien life, and everything else is speculation. Justin says, yes, stay in and hang out with your kid. Anyway, leaving it there, partying ends at that point. Yep, that's back to the old topic about being a real woman. You got to understand, when you bring new life into this world, your roles change. You don't get to party every day now. You probably have to, figure out a day on the weekend or once a month. Like, your priorities got to change, because you are now somebody with younger eyes, somebody with a new perception on life is looking up to you, and is looking up to how you live life, and is absorbing that information. So you got to walk with some level of respect, and you got to change up your priorities. Just saying. But back to the other beings thing. So we're talking about aliens here. So this is another theory. We're not alone, but we're just not intelligent enough, and we got too much things that we need to fix on this planet before an intelligent life form comes up to us and just says, like, hey, welcome to the universe, welcome to being out here, welcome to just seeing things. This is how we've been living for eons and centuries and stuff like that. You're still new, you're still babies in this galaxy. But I honestly think that there are intelligent life forms out there, and they probably stopped by, looked at us, and was just like, no. They got too much going on over there. Like, it's just that simple. If there are really aliens, which there just is a high probability of there being, because this is a very, very big and vast universe. It's ever expanding. It's infinite. So we can understand that there's other planets that are equally distant from their sun, or in a Goldilocks area, or in a Goldilocks zone from their sun. So there's other Earths and super Earths, or Earth-like planets in different galaxies and different solar systems. So we know there's places where life can be, or life in the sense that we know it, that takes in oxygen, that uses H2O and is carbon based, that they can potentially live on those planets. But we can't get there anytime soon. It's going to take us hundreds of years to even figure out how to get there, or traverse the galaxy and figure it out. But I honestly think that the life that's probably out in the universe looked at our planet, looked at all the bullshit that we're doing, and just looked at how we're living. It was like, yo, these damn monkeys are going crazy right now, and they're a detriment to themselves. Like, one thing I like to say is, like, hey, we have nuclear weapons on this planet, right? Imagine like the weapons or the type of weaponry that, let's say, an advanced alien civilization would have, and imagine if you gave that to humans who only have ever cared about conflict, war, and bickering with each other. I think that, the fact that we haven't been invaded and we haven't been dominated by an alien race can either, one, prove that there's nothing out there, or two, that they're benevolent and they don't really care about war and they just care about exploration and learning, and they're just about to, like, imagine like the aliens are a bunch of peaceful scientists out there and they're just, going around the cosmos learning things. And then when they see us, they're like, hey, these guys are interesting. They got MTV, they got music, they got this type of stuff, but if we give them the knowledge that we have, they might disrupt the peace that we have in the galaxy. They might start blowing up planets. They might be on some Death Star, Star Wars shit. Like, I just think that honestly that we need to evolve as a people, as a race, before we could start really worrying about aliens. Now, it's another thing if they're actually here and they're walking among us and there's like reptilians and, people hiding behind masks, and they're in our politics and government, and they've really been controlling us for the entire time, and that's why it feels like, everything's a brainwashing or a mind-washing experience. Then we're fucked. Unless somebody like uncovers the mask. But that's the topic. That's my unpopular opinion on other beings and aliens. Like, hey, real talk, if they're out there, what's up? If they're not, even more reason to feel like you are special because we made it. We're the only ones out here. But if we're not, hey. And another thing about aliens is, like, wouldn't it change your perception on religion? Because it's like, all right, did God create the aliens too and just never told us? Or do they have their own deities? Or it's different things. It's like aliens would just fuck up our whole world. That's why I'm just going to leave it up to sci-fi. The day when I see an alien come down and just be like, greetings humans, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Can I go to your planet? Because this ain't it. Like, but all right, yo, thanks Justin. Be safe out there, man, and safe voyage on the fiance. Make sure you guys are safe, happy, and healthy. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for like the little comments. All right, next thing we're gonna talk about, number 7, conspiracies, which goes hand in hand with aliens. All right, we are old enough and we have supercomputers to our own at our dispense. And what I mean by supercomputers, I mean we have iPhones, we have laptops, we have smart TVs, we have video game systems. We have ways for us to gain knowledge and information, and for us to crunch data and crunch numbers and stuff like that. So, what is a conspiracy anyway? A conspiracy is any plot or idea that goes against the status quo, that is a hidden reality, and it has some type of ulterior motives by powers or forces that be. And what we can say about that is that, have conspiracies been proven to be true in the past? Yes. The most modern one we have is that if I told you back in the early 2000s, maybe in like 2010, that, hey, there's an island in the Caribbean that they take children to, and by they, I mean influential, rich, powerful people, businesswomen, businessmen, politicians, actors, directors, and they take children there and they fondle them, they rape them, they mistreat them, they even sometimes kill them. And then they go back and they pretend like, everything's fine and dandy, and they do this on a yearly or quarterly basis. You would be like, that's fucking crazy. Stop talking like that. It's children. People are not that heartless. Like, sure, we have pedophiles, but that would be ridiculous. And lo and behold, we have Epstein's Island. And that is a shocker. If that doesn't wake you up to exactly what darknesses can actually be, practice and be found in this world, then I don't know what will. If I told you there was an island where they took kids and they raped them and they mistreated them, excuse like the severity of this conversation, but this is all true. This is Epstein's Island. This is all stuff that people are on trial for. And what they want you to believe is that, oh, it was just one ringleader. The people who went to the island didn't really know what was happening. None of us believe that. Just the fact that Epstein was in a maximum security prison. The cameras cut off in his cell real quick, right when he was about to spill the beans about all the politicians, all the people that pulled up to his island to actually participate in those events. The cameras cut off, and then, he somehow hung himself and killed himself in his cell. I'm sorry, the one thing about these rich white people, they don't like to die or kill themselves because they like their wealth, they like living, and they find purpose in living with the money that they have and the wealth that they have. Somebody like him, way too powerful, way too rich to go out like that. He's not going to kill himself. And we know that the story seems fishy in how he got caught up, how he was found dead in his cell. Then it should tell you that the people that went to the island with him didn't want him talking. So if we're going to talk about conspiracies, let's be real. Let's be real. Like, some conspiracies can be crazy, like flat earth conspiracy. I don't personally believe it. People do. Kyrie Irving is one of the big, purveyors of this flat earth theory. I believe the world is round. It is a globe. It just makes sense. It's like when you crunch the numbers, when you just look at how everything is shaped and how our environment is and how the atmosphere is and everything, just it makes sense that the world is a globe. Like, but hey, some people are going to believe the world is flat. Am I saying every conspiracy draw some merit? Maybe some of it does, maybe some of it doesn't, but let's not believe everything that we were taught or told, because if we did that, we would still be celebrating Columbus Day like he discovered the Americas, when we have information that the Moors technically discovered Americas way back in the 15 and 1400s when they sent voyages from Africa to the Americas. When we found out the Native Americans weren't just people that are red Indians, they were actually darker skinned people, black people. They were what we see as the modern day Native Americans, and they were the people that lived in this continent and technically discovered this continent before the colonizers came here with their slaughter and rape and all the negative things that they did to make this beautiful country. Hey, so shout out colonizers. But let's be real. Like, we would still be celebrating Columbus Day. We would still be celebrating the rapists, and some people still do. I don't. Columbus Day is still on the calendar. We should probably get it removed. It should be Indigenous Peoples Day, because we're not going to celebrate somebody who got up off a ship, horny as fuck, started humping some island people, enslaving them, and then killing and committing mass genocide to people from island to island. That is not somebody we're supposed to be celebrating. And the fact that we're even celebrating somebody like that should tell you that some of these people that make the laws and make the holidays and write history are kind of fucked up. Like, and if that doesn't make you ponder or question the things that you've been taught, then I don't know what will. The object of conspiracies is to find out and to be eager to search for the truth. To come into this world and to believe everything that you were told will just mean that you are a brainwashed individual that has no thought process or chain of or ability to question their own reality. To believe in conspiracies may seem crazy. You may come off as crazy. Like, there's some things I'll probably say or believe in that people be like, yeah, that makes absolutely no sense. But it's just to say that you are not a person that's just going to accept somebody else's results, somebody else's opinion, somebody else's based on fact. You're not going to accept somebody's conclusion on the world. You're going to go out there, you're going to do your own research, and you have the ability to. You're exposed to supercomputers. You have this information, you have this technology at the tip of your fingertips. So go out there, ponder a few conspiracies, challenge a few train of thoughts, and just find the truth for yourself. Like, there should be no reason why we're looking at people who say, like, hey, that's a conspiracy, that's a that. And we've seen in the past, we've seen in history, we've seen COINTELPRO, we've seen what the FBI has done to black leaders in our community. We have seen all these things. We've seen how the FBI, even the CIA, even use LSD to try to brainwash and create the MK Ultra program. This is all declassified information. It's not conspiracy. Probably when people were talking about it back in the day, like, yo, the CIA took me, they gave me drugs, and they try to make me kill people. You're crazy. But now, 40, 50, 60 years later, they're like, yeah, we actually really did that. But hey, it's nothing big. It's nothing crazy. This is what should draw your attention to make you believe, like, hey, some conspiracies are ludicrous, some conspiracies are very much true, and we aren't to believe everything we watch on the news or see on social media. I'm just saying, like, hey, open your mind up. Conspiracies can sometimes be real, can sometimes be bullshit. Do your own research. You have the ability, you have the technology, go out there and do your own research. And then come back at me and we can argue about it. If you do your research, if you go up into space and you be like, hey, this shit was flat, and I'll be like, you got pictures? You be like, here, did that. I'm be like, I believe you. But let's understand that we're not just gonna believe everything that we were told. We're not our parents' generation. We're not our grandparents' generation. We are our own people. We are smarter people, I like to say. We do dumb shit, but hey, we got information that they didn't, and we're smarter. We put things together easily, and that's just that. So believe the conspiracies that you want to believe in, but the conspiracies I believe in could probably rock your world, but I'll save that for another video and another time. All right, next. I did something dumb in my paper, but I'm just going to share it out with you. I went from 7 to 9. 8 does not exist. I don't care what you say. There's no number 8. Like, doesn't exist. All right, so from 7 to 9. So number 9, technically number 8, that does not exist. All right, unpopular opinion about rap music. I can't get jiggy with this shit. I'm not going to hold you. Anybody who knows me, I love my throwback vibes. I love my throwback playlists. I love my, Boys to Men. I love my throwback MJ. I love my fucking Mary J. Blige. I love, who we got? I'm drawing a blank because I actually am talking on live right now, but there's a list of people that I love. Tony Tone. Love those type of music. Like the old throwback 90s vibes is just what I fucking bump with. I love R&B. From people like Semino to people like Masego, Brent, Giveon, even the queen herself, Miss Jasmine Sullivan, who had a great EP that I loved listening to because I have a vast taste in music. I'm not just going to sit down and bump, trap music all day. Sure, Chef G, Sleepy Hollow and shit like that is lit, but it's not all it's not all that's out there. And a lot of the times with rap music that we listen to today, it's a lot of ignorant shit. I'm not going to hold you. Like I'm very much of the of the volition where it's like, hey, I support people in our community, and like, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, I'm just going to put it out there, Nicki Minaj and stuff like that, who have been, used as practically sex symbols and stuff like that, but make music for certain people and people actually enjoy their music. But I'm not one of them that actually falls into the trope of like really enjoying the majority of the things that they put out there. It's not that I hate them. I don't hate the player. I hate the game. I hate the fact that, a lot of our black rappers that are female tend to rap about sex, tend to rap about some dumb, ignorant shit, tend to rap about, promiscuity, giving little black girls not much to look at. Like if I'm a girl and I'm a rapper, I gotta rap about sex. I gotta show my tits, gotta show my ass just to get playtime. Like I just want people just to be able to like, hey, you a little black girl that likes to rap. You can just be dope at rapping about your life, rapping about bars. You can do that and you can make it. But the problem is in the rap industry and the music industry, they make you fit a certain mold. And that's why a lot of your favorite rapper, your favorite artist doesn't get the most play because he's not rapping or his music does not pertain to that mode, to that industry mode, to that, oh, that's the wave mode. That's what we need to hear. That's the image that we need to play out. Like, and that's just the truth. Like, hey, I'm critical on that end when it comes to women. And I'm also critical when it comes to men. I don't like someone like, the Baby song, Gunna, Little Baby and stuff like that. So sure, some of it does bump. The beat go off. The things be fire. Like it go off in the club. Like it's a good song to bump now and then. But if the message is always, I'ma kill my brother and sister, I'ma trap, I'ma do this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hey, drinking water again. Shout out to the people that don't drink water. But if the message is always, yo, I'm going to kill my brother, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to sell drugs, I'm going to do this, I'm going to run from the law, I'm going to be a menace to the streets, like, I can't get behind that. And even when the message is not like that, male rappers been talking about sex for a minute. I'm not going to hold you. Like the Baby song, he get up on there, he be talking about his penis and shit like that. Like me as a man, how do I feel listening to another man rap about his dick? Like, that shit don't make no sense. Like, I'm looking at you like, bro, this ain't for me. It's probably for women that you want to go out and get. This is meant to be played in the club when people want to get nasty. But if I want to listen to some rap, I'm bumping a select few people like Toby. I'm bumping like Kendrick. I'm bumping J. Cole. I'm listening to people that just have more substance. Like, it's just that simple. Like, I'm tired of listening to the same old bullshit when it comes to rap music because it's number one in the world. Like, the rap genre was made back in the 80s. Early 80s or something like that, and has now become the number one genre in the world. Number one most listened to, number one most profitable, number one most produced genre in the world. Black people, we on top. We did that, but we can't lose the roots. Like, the rap music was meant as a way that we voiced our opinions, that we voiced the struggle, that we voiced exactly what's going on in our communities. And we've somehow let that degrade into shaking ass, talking about shaking ass, getting money, talking about getting money, flossing about the shit that we got, rapping about killing my brother, rapping about killing my sister. I remember when Future put out, like, Future and whatever his face is and Rick Ross, like, I put a Molly in her drink and she didn't even know it. Like, that shit is unacceptable. Like, if I'm gonna be critical of Cardi B posting some, WAP, wet ass pussy shit like that, like, hey, shit bump. Go bump it. Go have fun on the beach. Go have fun in the club. But I'm looking at the message that it pervades to the generations behind us. I'm looking at how other people that are not us, that are not this, look at us from the outside looking in because of what we're producing to the world, what we're representing. And I say, like, hey, we need to change the music that we're making. Like, other than that, I'm going to stick to my R&B. New school R&B is dope. Old school R&B is dope. Old school rap is dope. Feel me? But it's been a period of degradation, or it's been a period of just, we've been going downhill from a long time right now. It's been like since the start in the 90s when we got like NWA and stuff like that, when we had gang rap and shit like that, when dudes were calling women bitches and shit like that. Like, we let it slide and we let more things slide, and now we got rap songs and rappers coming out and just rapping about bullshit, disrespecting women, disrespecting our queens, disrespecting their fellow brothers, our kings. And if we disrespecting each other like this on a daily basis, I gotta make music that this is the only thing I can make music in, I'm not gonna tune in. I'm personally not gonna tune in. I don't get hyped when certain rappers drop an album because I know what you're gonna talk about. Like, my favorite songs were from Meek Mill and shit like that. I haven't really been checking his latest things, but I liked, like, What's Free with Jay-Z. Feel me? I like when G Herbo talked about PTSD and talked about really being in the streets, but really it wasn't just about killing his brother. He was just like, yo, now that I'm looking back at it as a more mature, more aged person, I'm like, though, that shit is crazy. That shit is messing with my psyche. That shit is messing with my perception of my brothers and sisters. I need to make this change. And I like seeing rappers getting back and giving it to the community. Feel me? But you can't be doing that, and teetering that same bullshit that you're putting out in the music for our younger generations, for the people that are actually going to take that shit seriously. There's some youngins out there that listen to some of these rappers and take that shit seriously. They go out and they will kill somebody after listening to some songs like that, bro. So we got to be careful. We're desensitizing ourselves in future generations. That is a fact. That is definitely a fact. Like, we got to stop doing it to ourselves. Feel me? We got to do better. And it starts with it starts with here. It really starts with here. We got to change the mentality. Once we change the mentality, the actions will follow. The words that we say will follow. If I have a positive mentality and I have a positive outlook on life and my people and the struggle and what we go through, then it's all going to follow. It's going to come out the words that I preach to you. It's going to come out to the things that I do physically in my life. Feel me? But that's just my unpopular opinion about rap music. I just can't get jiggy with this shit. Sorry, you missed me. But, number 10, social media. Alright, I wrote this little comment. I said, can't let it control your reality and your perception. I'm now on social media because I got this podcast and I'm loving the feedback that I'm getting from it. Yo, shout out to people that have been, sharing my videos. My video, this is going to be the second one, without even me asking. Like, that's real life love. That's real life connectivity. Like, my page has been on private for a minute. I like my privacy. That was one of the things I had to really write down on my pros and cons of doing this, because it's like, yo, you can't be as private as you want to. I've been having some weird ass pages follow my page, but hey, any publicity is good publicity, I guess. But with social media, you can't let this app or these apps control your perception on life. You got to go out there and see people. You got to go out there and talk to people. That's why I like the idea of like talking to different people from my past, from my present, that have been in my life, and bringing them on the podcast and just having conversations, because that's where the real story is going to be at. That's where the real conversations are going to be at. That's where you're going to learn more about people. That's where you're going to get your people skills, your conversational skills. You got to understand that this app is messing with a lot of people's psyches. It's going to make you depressed. Like, we have never been in a situation as human beings where we've had such a technology like this, where it can bring us together like that and tear us apart even faster. We've seen things like political polarization be a result of social media. We've seen foreign entities come in and, just stir up trouble by using social media. We've seen black people get degraded over social media. Like, we've seen it all. Like, if we don't manage how we come across on this app, what we do on this app on other like social media apps, then we're going to let this thing control us. And that's not what we want to do. We want to be better. We want to be the forefront and the heads of our own creation. We created this. So we gotta know how to use it better. I like when social media is being used for productive purposes. I like when social media is being used when I see a funny video. I like memes. I like laughing. I like joy. I like connecting, being able to connect with somebody. I got friends from all across the world. Got friends back in Africa. Got friends in Japan. Got friends in the UK. Got friends in Hawaii. Like, I got friends everywhere, and I'm able to get on this app, quickly send a message, and get a quick ass reply. That is a blessing. That is great, and I'm happy that I'm able to even live it at such a time. But it comes with a price. It comes with understanding that we have to manage our mentality. We have to manage our conversations. We have to manage our interactions. We have to manage how much time we spend on this app when it comes to just, dealing with life. Like, if I'm feeling bad, I can't get on this app and just, start comparing myself to other people, or, make a fucking competition of me against other people that don't even know I exist, because that's gonna fuck with your mental. I've seen people get on this app and talk about, I'm taking a break from social media because it's messing with my mental. Like, and that's the power of it. Like, you are borderline addicted to this app. You're borderline addicted to coming on this app. But hey, I'm gonna use your addiction to get, some type of clout, get this podcast up there, because hey, we're all addicted in our own ways. We're a bunch of druggies for social media. If the Social Dilemma, the movie on Netflix that didn't tell you anything, go check it out. Go watch it on Netflix. It's going to really reveal a lot to how, the social media platforms have been created. These apps were created with the intent of maintaining and keeping your attention, and, putting these kind of slot machine or gambling addictions into their programming to help you come back to these apps on a daily basis and interact and give them more money. Like, we have to be careful with how much time we spend on this app. Like, I game, I read a lot of books. Well, not a lot of books, but I read certain books when I can. I got some audio books. You got to keep your hobbies. I watch anime. I read mangas, feel me? I try to do poetry in my meantime. I do a lot of homework because I have to. Like, you want to be more multifaceted than just being on this app. Well, don't just come up on to other people and be like, yo, what do you do? Well, I don't really do much, but I be on Instagram a lot. I don't really do much, but I make a lot of TikToks. Like, make it work for you. Don't make it feel like you're coming to this app for no reason. Like, if you're going to be making TikToks a lot, hey, make that your hustle. Do something with it, feel me? But hey, when it comes to social media, don't let this dictate your perception. Don't let it tell you what a man is supposed to be for you, feel me? Don't let it tell you what a woman is supposed to be for you. Don't let it tell you where you're supposed to be in your life. It is your life. You are to live your life the way you fucking want to live your life. Don't let an app, don't let somebody behind a fucking, screen tell you how you're supposed to live your life. I am adamant about listening to Justin L.A. Boy, the TSR Shade Room, Niggas Be Broke, Bitches Be Hoes, all those pages, they are jokes. Trust me, they are jokes. But that's toxicity. Like, that's not going to do good for your mental. You're not going to be out here really trying to find somebody on that type of time with those morals and values, thinking like that. It's just not feasible. Like, you want somebody that thinks for themselves. And if you're going to plug into this social media thing, you're going to understand that you are giving away your individuality. You're giving away your ability to think for yourself. You're plugging into this hive mentality kind of train of thought. And you're just not special. You don't stand out anymore because you've assimilated into the system of just, I think like this, you think like this, let's all think like this. And that's that. Like, that's not fun. Be you. Be an individual. Be independent. Be smart. Be courageous. Be outgoing. Be funny. Like, and come up with your own ideas and opinions. Like, stop taking everything you want to learn from social media. Just like we had to tell our parents, don't believe everything you watch on TV. Now they got to tell us, don't believe everything you hear on social media. Like, it's just that. But last but not least, we got food on this. My unpopular opinion about food. This is gonna hurt some of y'all. I don't like shellfish. I'm allergic to shrimp, one. But I don't like shellfish. Like cracking open a crab, seeing all like that. Just, ugh. Like, and it's not a broke thing. I can easily buy shit like that. Don't even play with me, because I've seen that post before. Like, oh, niggas that don't like shellfish, oh, you can't afford that. No. I spent $100 on some chicken. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's like I can't put my mind around eating like sea spiders and like sea fucking basically sea scorpions and shit like that. That's what it is. Or sea cockroaches. Like, that's what shrimp is. Like, it's a sea roach. Like, it look like a roach that just belong in the sea. So like, some of y'all love that. Y'all tear it up. Y'all eat it. Go ahead. This is just my unpopular opinion. It's probably very unpopular because I see, like, it's about to get warm. I'm gonna see a whole bunch of seafood broils, and if I block you, hey, it's nothing personal. I just don't want to see it because I'm gonna throw up. Like, that shit, it make my throat itch. It makes my skin crawl. Like, the seafood broils, I'm good. I'm good off of it. If you invite me to anything, because I'm gonna be out. This summer. I'm gonna be outside, all right? So if you invite me to some seafood broil, we want to stop being friends, all right? I take nice little fish. I take some salmon, maybe a little bit of tilapia, because I'm kind of over that fish too. But like, I even eat some squid, but I ain't eating no shellfish. You on your own, all right? And another thing, I hate pork. Fuck that. That animal is too damn filthy, too damn fattening, too damn to be eating that shit. Some of y'all niggas been eating pork since day one. Spam, fucking, or Franks. I don't eat no glizzies. You ain't catching at no cookout this summer, or from now moving on. I'm saying this out loud for people that need to hear this. All right, you will not catch me with a glizzy, a glick, whatever you want to call it, a Frank, a wiener, a hot dog. That shit not touching my lips. If it came from a pig, it's not touching my lips, bro. Real talk. Them creatures are filthy. The way they are treated in this country is disgusting. If you want to search up a few things, you can search up exactly what people do and how they treat these animals that they then give to you, then give to the general public in this country, because it is disgusting. They really brutalize those animals sometimes, and it's like, I'm this close. Like, my diet is getting so much restricted by the day. I eat chicken and turkey at this point in my life, feel me, and fish. And I'm slowly about to get ready to kick those things out when I can actually afford a true vegan diet. But I'm getting closer to just becoming fully vegan. I used to make fun of people back in the day, like, oh, you don't eat meat, you're a wuss. But now that I understand, like, hey, this is the knowledge that they gained. This is how they are seeing things. This is what they are. This is the information that they're receiving from like these meat packing industries and stuff like that. Like, it's really disgusting and it's not healthy for you. Like, you really don't need it. A lot of the protein you can get from plants. If you want to learn something interesting, the largest creatures on land right now, what would be the elephant, right? It is a herbivore. That means that you have no reason. You can be as strong as a fucking elephant, eating nothing but plants. You don't need to eat anything else. Like, even the lions, they're not as big as an elephant. They eat meat, but yeah, if you're comfortable being like, somewhere on like the 20s or the 30s on like the size list in our animal kingdom, then go ahead, keep eating your meat, keep doing whatever you want to do. I can't blame you. I still eat chicken and turkey and fish, but the strongest creatures on our planet, they are herbivores. The healthiest, leanest creatures are herbivores. They eat plants, they eat fruits. Like, we gotta, my unpopular opinion is like, meat ain't worth it. It's not healthy. If you really want to change your diet, especially in this country, avoid being obese, avoid, health issues and shit like that, start looking into like dropping certain meats out of your diet. I dropped like red meat. I dropped pork. I dropped shellfish. Like, that shit had to go. I feel great. I take my vitamins. I drink a lot of water. I get a lot of fruit. I'm on a nice little fast. Like, hey, you can look good. You can be good. You can have fun. You can eat what you want and still eat tasty things and just get rid of the things that shouldn't be in your body, period. And pork is one of them. Like, Porky the Pig, you safe around me. I'm not looking to grill you, to salami you, to pastrami you, to bacon you. Like, I'll pass. And because I'll pass, I'm trying to live to well into my 80s and 90s. Like, hopefully I'm not shitting myself or in a diaper by that time of my life. But hey, that's where I'm trying to live to. But unpopular opinion about food, I don't eat none of that shit. Feel me? I try to keep my body clean. It's a temple. and that's how I'm trying to maintain my habits right there. But I think I'm closing into an hour. I don't know how long I've been doing this. I think it's been an hour because I thought I started like 11, like 10 maybe. But thank you for stopping in. Yo, shout out everybody that's been showing love. Later on today or tomorrow or sometime between the next 2 days, because I do have a few assignments I got to do. I'm gonna strip down the video. I'm gonna try to post it onto my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna start plugging that. So if you could do me a favor when I post it up, just go out there, subscribe. I don't even care if you watch the videos. There's some old videos of me up there. There's some old gameplay videos. I thought I was nice and calm back in the day. So just go ahead and just laugh at me. Get your rocks off, feel me. But if you want to go follow and actually sit down, listen to this podcast instead of just being on IGTV, I do have a Facebook page that's linked in the bio. If the link doesn't work, let me know, because I linked it from my editing page on my Facebook. So just let me know if the link works, feel me. And somebody with OnlyFans, I don't want to be on your OnlyFans, but let me know how you get that Linktree thing in your bio. Just let me know, because I need to put that, because I can put my YouTube in there. I can put the Facebook channel in there, because I'm going to be posting these videos once I take them off of IGTV and put it on Facebook, put it on my YouTube, because I'm trying to grow 3 different platforms at once at the same time. Yo, thank you for all joining in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the support. Like, it's been real. Like, yo, I've been thinking about doing this for a while, got the equipment and everything, started second guessing myself. But my advice to people that want to do something, that just want to just get out there and just follow that dream, follow that passion, start up a new hobby. The hardest step is always the first step. Once I made that first video, some parts of it are cringe, some parts of it need some editing. I now look at it as just like, damn, I can only get better from here. Like it can only go up from here. Feel me? So just make that first step. Get out your shell, get out your bag, take some risk. Life's too damn short. Like one of my bros once said, life is too damn short to be bullshitting. So let's get out there. Let's do our thing. Let's do our part. Let's make a change. Let's just be spontaneous creatures. Like, let's just chase that love. I'm not saying even chase the bag. Chase the love. Chase the passion. The bag will follow, bro. I promise you that. Feel me? Must be nice. I eat everything. Hey, if that's what you do, that's what you do. Like I said, it's an unpopular opinion. I don't like the pig. I don't like the shellfish, and I don't like the red meat and the pork. Like it's just, I said pig already. So yeah, that's just that. But yo, this has been episode 2 of the Comment Section Podcast. You can find this podcast in IGTV, and it'll soon be on my Instagram. It'll soon be on my Facebook. Then it'll be on my YouTube channel. Once I set that up, give me a couple days, and I'll start posting on my profile and on my story and stuff like that. If you really want to be a fan, be a doll, get on those things. You can find my YouTube. You can ask me about it. Feel me? My YouTube is the Comment Section Podcast, or the Comment Section Pod YouTube channel. It's up there. It's out there. You can probably find it. And you can get on Facebook, the Comment Section Podcast Facebook page. Just go like it. It has a few likes on there. I post funny memes or videos or, docu stuff that I see on social media there. I try to keep it PG. It's whatever I like. Like, if you like what I like, or if you don't like what I like, still go there and just watch it. Go check it out. Link is in my bio. Yo, this has been the Comment Section Podcast, episode 2, Unpopular Opinions. You guys are learning how I think, which I appreciate that. I like, just the exchange that I had with a few people. I'm about to sign off, about to get ready to, I don't know what I'm about to do. Maybe some homework. I'll probably game for a little bit. My bros have been online playing the game. Yo, shout out anybody, the bros, PlayStation Party. Shout out Marcus King. Shout out Stilo. Shout out Jamal. Shout out Muhammad. Shout out John. Shout out George. Shout out Wade. Shout out Gary. Hey, Gary, we could really do this podcast where we talk about Attack on Titan episodes whenever you're ready. Hey, another big shout out to Dave Boogie. Shout out Keel, Mr. McLaren himself. Shout out to people potentially pulling up to the podcast in the future. I've gotten a few hit ups. I just got to make a schedule for you guys. We will have our conversations soon enough. Thank you for all the love and support. Thank you for supporting this. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, I'm signing off. People normally do this. This is not peace. This is peace. Technically, this means war. I don't know where I heard this from, but I normally used to do this back in the day. I thought it was cool. I looked goofy, but hey, yo, peace. Bye, people. Thank you for tuning in. It's been real. I'm about to go get some sleep or play the game all night because I got to do work tomorrow. So if you know, you know. I don't even know how to end this thing, but I'm just going to press the X. Yeah, holla at me, people.